Hello, I'm so glad you came back if you did. And if you're new, I am Lauren. I just posted a video for you guys recently of my Teachers Pay Teachers products, but I had to cut the video off. It was just getting so long and I didn't want to bore you to death. But I do have more products for you guys. In fact, I have even more than this because I ran out of ink. I'm waiting on the ink to show up so I can finish showing you everything. But I also have more products that I haven't even posted yet to Teachers Pay Teachers, and a busy binder that I'm working on that will cover your whole preschool years with your child so that as long as they know everything in that binder, they're ready for kindergarten. And then I plan to create a kindergarten one for homeschoolers and so on and so forth so that everything is just in one package instead of having to buy 50,000 things. Besides your read alouds and all that extra stuff anyway, but you get the idea. So hang in there with me. So if you haven't seen that, I'll try to link it below for you, but I make sure you go check out my video so you don't miss out on that. So our first product we're going to look at today is very similar to another one I've already shown you, but it is different. It is very different, so make sure you pay attention. So this is the alphabet printable posters. It has A to Z. These are 8.5 by 11 size because I happen to have a daughter with sensory and ADHD things going on. And when it comes to those bulletin borders that I have of the ABCs or things like that, she can look at them and see if I make her focus and point to specific things. Sure, she can see what's going on. But when I give her something on her own to do, she has trouble really focusing and honing in on what exactly it is we are doing. I have to point to things for her. So, and being that she's 2, that's expected. But what I did was I created these little posters that have one letter at a time on them. It's not a whole strip of letters. It's not a whole poster of letters. I do have a poster I'm going to be putting inside her binder, but this is so that when she's learning, if she needs something that she can zone in on a little more easily, she can. It's colorful to attract her attention. It's a lot of fun. So here you go. And again, my printer is set to have a frame, so it's chopped these. Your printer hopefully won't do that if it's not set that way. I just haven't figured out all my settings yet. But you can see it's the letter A, has both the capital and the lowercase on it. Now, starting out when she was just 1, we were giving her flashcards that only had the uppercase on it, so she could focus on the letter, recognize the letter. And I was worried not having the other lowercase on there would mess her up later, but she was having trouble focusing and remembering. So I got to where I just gave her uppercase letter flashcards, and she would pick it up a whole lot faster because it was just one thing to look at and there weren't any pictures on it. It was just the letter. And she picked up on it. She'd carry those around because they were really big. So that was kind of my inspiration for this, was to make something big, poster-like for her that I could put inside her binder individually. So she had one page to look at and we could say, A, apple, and learn the word apple or her sight word or whatever. And she could trace the apple. She could trace the letters. You could make these into Play-Doh mats, but I'd want them even bigger. So I've made that for you guys. Stay tuned. But the idea is to laminate them, stick them to the wall, and she can point to each letter and it'll be her alphabet that she sings each morning, or we look at and say, what letter says A? She already can tell me that. But once we get her big dry erase board set up, my husband's like, what? And he's avoiding right now. But once he helps me get that set up, we'll be able to maybe put these on there for her, or we can put them to the wall, tape them to the wall if it doesn't take the paint off, hopefully. But that's that idea. Or I can put them in plastic sheet covers inside a book and she can just flip because she likes flipping through books. So we may just make an ABC book out of it. Either way, I was going to show you how cute these are. And they're huge. They're 8.5 by 11. So it's really easy to see and focus on that one thing. You could even just put one letter out at a time for your learner. Stick it to the window, stick it to the door, have it hanging from the door as like a password they have to come through to say. They have to say A in order to come through the door. Either way, it's just a really fun printable I created for my little girl, and I thought maybe somebody else would enjoy that as well. Oh, I just threw my drink. Woo, hang on tight, guys. Woo. The nice thing about having a dog is they're like a cleanup crew, and he's already on it. Get it, Mojo, get it. Okay, all right. He's already looking up the water, so I guess we're good. You gonna get it, Mojo? You got a little bath, didn't you? He's in here hanging out with me tonight. Okay, so here is another one for you. These are Christmas tin frames, and they go up to 20. But don't freak out. If your learner is like mine and just now doing 1 to 10, which should be the focus to start with, these are made so that you cut across here. You could even give them to your learner as a cutting skill practice where they have to cut along this line if you want to. Save yourself the time and effort. Child labor, y'all. But here's the 10 frames, and they have cute little characters for Christmas on them. And then they have the number in a little box right here to trace. Now I have another set of printables for you guys that have the little pieces that you can Velcro to these little squares. And again, mine chopped again. I'm going to have to fix that. But you can Velcro them to these little squares to make a little 10 frame activity, or you can use the little erasers you can get at Target Dollar Spot. I'm going to probably do that as well. But I like having things all in one in her binder, so I'm going to have these to use when I sit with her, but I'm also going to have pieces in her binder that when I give it to you guys, or when you buy it and download it yourself, you will already have all the pieces there. You don't have to go buy something other than maybe scissors. And the little Velcro. I'm trying to keep it as simple as possible for you guys. So just know that that will be coming in the binder eventually when I get it finished. But here you go. It does go all the way up to 20, but the beauty is each one has its own little space. So like if you want to pull them out just 1 through 10 and just focus on those, you can. You could bind them in a little booklet and make them a little flip chart on a ring. You can stick them in a page holder and push them to the bottom so they stay at the bottom, and they could use that and Velcro onto that. You can laminate them, which is probably what I'll do, and then hole punch them to put them in the binder. You could do all kinds of things, but it goes up to 20, and I include a blank one in case you want to go further. Laminate it and you can write the number on there or make it a Velcro piece. Either way, it does go up to 20, so they're going to have to double up their squares because I didn't give them 20 squares. That's the only thing. But I think it'll teach them addition that way. It'll teach them multiplication that way. So I give you a few more blanks just for fun. Why not? I'm definitely going to be using it. I hope you'll find it useful. This one is my new favorite resource that I've created. It's so cute. I created this because we just took her on a walk down the Greenway, and she's discovered lightning bugs. And she was in a stroller, but I would go catch one and just show it to her and let it crawl on me. And when it would light up, I'd go, oh, did you see that light? And she'd be like, lights, lights. And she'd see him and go, lights, lights. And I'd say lightning bug. And she'd go, I can't remember how she said bee bug or something like that, saying ladybug. But anyway, that inspired me to create this. Now, this cute little jar clip art and little butterfly clip art's what I ended up using. I didn't have lightning bug clip art. I'm sorry, guys. But I did have little butterfly clip art. No, I'm not encouraging you to trap butterflies in a jar, but I am encouraging your learner to count. So there's these fun little lines. They could potentially cut these themselves, but you cut these out, and then each jar has a number underneath, and they need to Velcro that many to that spot, or they can cut and paste to that spot. If you don't want to, if you're good with it being a one-time thing and not reusing it, you could easily do that, or have them draw. It's big enough they can draw in. So there's a lot of uses for this. I'm probably going to laminate and do Velcro so we can use it over and over again for counting inside the binder. And it would be our springtime counting activity. She might already be counting to 10 by then because she's already doing it on her fingers. My mind is blowing, guys. It's crazy, but we're still working on it and perfecting it. But anyway, it goes all the way up to 10, just like it says on here. However, on the final pages, so there's the 10. On the final page, you have a blank box to put whatever number you want in. And again, it chopped. Gotta figure out my settings, you guys. So I'll be fixing that and reprinting that one. But just so you know, it's gonna be there. I'm gonna fix it, maybe repost it to make sure it's not my posting that's causing this. I'm pretty sure it's my printer. Pretty sure it is. And I will link everything below in the description box for you guys if you're interested in these. Now this looks like a lot. It's a build a beach scene. You get 2 sets of clip art, and then you get the beach scenes behind them. All right, and then I give you some examples of how you can create them. Originally this was a VIP kid reward, but I printed it out because I want her to work on picture clues as we're learning to read. And I give her an example of the scene that she can create to give her some inspiration. And then what I'm going to do is put this in her binder, and I'm going to give her this clip art on Velcro on one of her pages so she can design her own scene. And it's great for that fine motor skill. You guys, So many options that she can do with this. And then she can create a story of her own with that. It can help her start with how she's going to illustrate later. And right now we're still working on tracing and drawing. And these will help her create a scene that she doesn't have to sit there and doodle everything, but it can give her an idea of what it should look like. And then she can start developing stories with it. We can count how many objects we put on there. So many uses. So my VIP Kid reward systems, go check those out because they have double uses. I also have this reward system. Now this one is special. I really love the whole Aladdin thing. And so having a genie in a bottle kind of thing going on was really cool to me. And I like that she doesn't actually show her belly or have like the provocative look to her, and that my printer, y'all, look how awesome my printer is. I'll link it below for you too. I got it online and it's amazing. But look how it turned where it's supposed to be shiny and made it print in a way that it looks that way. So it's so cute. I mean, that's how it was created, but my other printer would never show that. And some of these lines got chopped. So again, I'm going to fix that. I don't know if that's my printer. I don't know if it's how I posted it, but each of these little items your learner can cut out, and they have 3 wishes from the genie. And with the 3 wishes, she grants you 3 wishes. And then what you get is you get to choose your 3 wishes. This was originally a reward for my students on VIP Kid where they would get to pick 3 wishes, and I would have these cut out already and magnetized. You can do that as well as a reward system if you'd like. Maybe eat pizza, travel, play basketball. There's a blank page to draw in your own wishes. And this is where you place them, okay? So you're gonna Velcro or magnetize this, and you can have them place it there, or you can make it a cut and paste activity, or you could put this inside their interactive journal and then have them cut and paste their pieces on that. However you wanna do it, there's multiple uses for this. I'm gonna be putting it in the binder, and I think we're gonna be Velcroing that, possibly making it a cut and paste activity. I don't know yet, but we will see. But we're going to be counting to 3 with that. So I think it's awesome for the beginning of the year. And then I have a Christmas themed skip counting practice. I know this is all over the place throughout the year. I just come up with random ideas. That's just the way my brain works. But you can see the little sample page there at the bottom. And of course, all these little FYI, this is what I used to create this. This is where you can find me. And here's your page. So they're going to skip count by 2s. And fill in these dots. Now, I have a numbers page I'm creating. I'm thinking about creating little dots that they can Velcro the missing numbers in. I think that's what I'm going to do with this. But you can print this out, put it in a pocket, or you can put it in a clear plastic sheet cover, or you can laminate it and let them write on it over and over again, or you can just give it to them as a worksheet. And they have to fill in counting by 2s, and that is a skill they need for kindergarten. It might be something we do closer to when she's about to turn 5, maybe the end of year 4. We'll see, but it's going in there somewhere. All right. This is my super duper popular, really fun reward system. It is a Christmas themed reward system where the kiddos get, and I include an explanation sheet with this, but I don't think anybody really uses. So I don't know if you need it, but you get a Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays. I respect everybody. I don't limit to just Merry Christmas or however. So I do have both options where you get Santa's bag, and then you get a page of these cute little guys for presents. And what you can do is put these in a plastic sheet cover, or you can put them, laminate them, however you want. Tell your learner how many presents they get in the bag and have them count. Or you can make this a reward system every time they go potty on their own, or every time your learner completes all their worksheets for the day on their own and actually finishes them all. Give them a little reward, and when they fill the bag or they get so many of these, they win something out of the treasure box, or they win money so you can practice money. However you want to use this, there's multiple uses. It was originally made to be magnetized for my VIP Kid kids to win rewards, but I really want to use it for Emma too. So I haven't fully decided what we're going to do. I thought about using it for potty training because she loves cats and dogs. And I could tell her she gets to have them, and it would be fine motor to get to go pick out her reward and put it in Santa's bag. I thought about making it a counting activity too. So I don't know yet. It's going in the binder, but I don't know how. I don't know yet what we're going to do. So make sure you subscribe, hit that little bell so you get to see how I use all these things. This is another reward system. but it's going in Emma's binder. Shocker. So they match blank seashell page for coloring or pattern making. This has a lot of uses, you guys, a lot of uses. I use it in my reading tutoring class. I created a fun little story for it to go along with this. But look, they can cut the yellow lines. I kind of made them yellowish sand looking. And what happens is you get double pages to match, or they can color and make their own or keep these white. Either way, you can cut these out and make A, B, A, A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B patterns, A, B, B, A. You'll have to make multiple copies. You could match these, cut these out, turn them over, do an old maid matching game, match the same color. You could just make it a coloring page, have them cut and paste it to their beach scene. So many uses that I'll be using that for. And you guys, I have so much more to show you. So much more to show you, but I think we're going to stop there because this video is getting super long. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that little bell, and you come back and see me because I have so many more things to show you. And I hope I get to see you next time. Goodbye.